Hello and welcome to another episode where I play Marvel Champions, the living card game. And today we will be playing Groot in a protection deck against Ebony Maw on standard with his recommended encounter sets. I built a custom belt deck, custom built deck this time, uh, using some things off Marvel CBD, but mainly I just threw together this deck. Uh, and we'll see how things go. I'm gonna shuffle up Groot's deck, shuffle up the encounter deck, and get started. All right, shuffle up his encounter deck, and Ebony Maw has two main schemes that he can get through. He starts off with 14 health. Groot starts off with 10, and Groot is a very defensive character, so we got some attacks in here that go off of that. All right. So first things first is attack on nowhere. When revealed, each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded and puts into play. Into their play area. Shuffle the encounter deck and discard pile into the encounter deck. Okay, so we're going to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until we get to a spell. All right, we got Bubble Storm. Then we shuffle everything else back in. Give it a quick shuffle here. All right. Bubble Storm comes into play with 3 invocation counters. And every time Ebony Maw initiates an attack, or activates, it doesn't even have to be an attack. Whenever he activates, we remove a invocation counter, and when it reaches 0, we immediately resolve it. All right, so we'll draw our hand size of 6, 5, 6. See what we got. We got a Come Get Me Bub, Root Stomp, an Endurance, our Strength, Power Protection, and a Genius. Way too much resource. We're gonna discard our Come Get Me Bub. We'll keep our Root Stomp, a double Endurance, and Power Protection, and get rid of our Strength so we can draw 2 more cards. We'll get another Energy and Entangling Vines. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is use our Power of Protection to play Endurance. That'll increase our hit points by 3, bringing Groot up to 13. Then I will use Groot's Growth Spurt action. Place 2 growth counters on Groot to a maximum of 10. So he's going to go up to 2. One thwart started, or one threat started on attack on nowhere. All right, let's see. What do we do? I guess we're just going to do some damage, I guess. Yeah. So we'll flip up. We'll do 2 damage to Ebony Maw. Bring him from 14 down to 12. We'll use a double to pay for Root Stomp. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth on to Groot. It is not going to, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ebony Maw is down to 7 from 12. Discard that. And then we'll just use our other double to pay for our Entangling Vines upgrade. Not a bad start, but not a great start. Too many resources. We'll ready everything up, draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what we got. We got an I Am Groot. We got a Rocket, a Starhawk, Fruition, and Brother Voodoo. So we got most of our allies here. A lot of thwarting. Okay. So first thing is one threat goes on the main scheme. Ebony Maw is going to initiate attack. We remove an invocation counter from Bubble Storm. I'm going to just take it. He's going to attack for 1 plus 0. We remove a growth counter from Groot because Groot's hero form says Flora Colossus. Forced interrupt. When Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. So Ebony Maw would have done 1 damage. We remove 1 counter. All right. Then we get our encounter card. The Assault. Ebony Maw is going to attack. All right. Do we defend this time? No, I think I'm just going to take it again. So 1 plus 1 is 2. We will remove our last growth counter and take 1 damage. All right, it's back to our turn. So we're going to use Fruition to place 2 growth counters onto Groot. All right. We will use Brother Voodoo and an I Am Groot to play Starhawk. Hold on to Rocket for now. I am going to thwart and use Entangling Vines. I'm going to, when Groot makes a basic thwart, remove 1 growth counter from him, exhaust Entangling Vines. He gets +2 thwart for this thwart. So we're going to remove 1, go down to 1. He's going to thwart for 3, just take the 2 off, clear it. Starhawk is going to attack Ebony Maw for 2, bringing him from 7 to 5, take a consequential damage. Then we are going to flip down, place 2 more growth counters on Groot. And we're going to ready up. Drop to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we got Drax. We got our Lashing Vines, a Taunt, a Root Stomp, and a Power of Protection. Okay. 1 goes on the main scheme. Ebony Maw is going to initiate. It's going to remove 1 invocation counter. He's going to scheme for 2 plus 1. So he's going to scheme for 3. This is at 4. We get an encounter card, which is a Black Order Infantry. Has Guard, 4 health, and when defeated, give the villain a tough status card. All right, it's back to our turn. All right. Well, Starhawk should have had 2 consequential. And Starhawk has an interrupt. When Starhawk takes damage exactly equal to the remaining hit points, return him to your hand. So I'm going to put 2 growth counters on Groot. I'm going to flip up. So I have 5 growth counters on him now. Starhawk is going to thwart for 1. It's going to knock him out with exactly 3 health. He's going to go back to my hand. I am going to use the Power of Protection, double the number of resources this card generates, playing for a protection card. I'm going to play Starhawk. Okay. I'm going to use Rocket to play Lashing Vines. Okay. I'm going to play a... Do I want to just play that? Do I want to play Root Stomp, get rid of the infantry, give Ma a tough, knock the tough off with Starhawk? Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to use Taunt and Drax to play Root Stomp. I'm going to deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth counter on Groot. So I'm going to defeat the Black Order infantry, place a growth counter on Groot. So he has 6 growth counters. Ebony Maw is going to get a tough. Starhawk is going to ping the tough off. Take 2 consequential. Okay. Then Groot is going to attack for 2. Bring him down to 3. We're going to remove 2 growth counters, exhaust Lashing Vines, ready Groot. Then Groot is going to thwart and remove a growth counter and remove 3 threat from attack on nowhere. All right. We'll ready up. Drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 fighting fit, or all 3 fighting fits. Wow. All right. Darn. Too much damage now. All right. So 1 is going to go on the main scheme. Ebony Maw is going to attack, or activate. We're going to move this. This is going to go off. We're going to do 2 damage to each character we control. So Groot's going to take 2, remove 2 counters from him. Starhawk's going to take 2. That's overkill. He will not go back to my hand. And then that is discarded. Ebony Maw attacks. What can we do? We don't have 2 growth counters anymore. So we're going to defend. So he's going to hit for 1 plus 2, which is 3. We take no damage because we defended. And then we get our encounter card, which is Landing Craft. Comes into play with 2, has an acceleration icon, and has a when defeated effect. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with the player who defeated this scheme. So it comes into play with 2. All right, and then it's back to our turn. We have our Vine Spikes. We are Groot. Remove up to 4 growth counters. Choose that many friendly characters. Give each of them tough. I guess. So what we're going to do is use 2 fighting fits. Do I want to waste that, though? That's a big damage for just to get him to the next phase. Or do I set up? If he schemes, he's going to scheme for 2. That's got an acceleration. So that'll get 2, go up to 3. That might pop if he schemes. We can play We Are Groot and hope that we get... Yeah. Let's use Vine Spikes to play We Are Groot. Remove our last growth counter. Give Groot a tough. All right. And hold on to our fighting fit for next turn. We'll ready up. Drop to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay. So 1 goes on. We do not have a spell in play, so nothing happens. He's going to attack. Oh, 2 goes on, I'm sorry. So that goes up to 3. So he's going to attack. I'm just going to take it for 1 plus 2. Knocks our tough off. We get an encounter card, which is the villain schemes for 2 plus 1, which is 3. Popped it anyway. Darn. All right. So this goes to the next side. The Power Stone. When revealed, shuffle the encounter the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Each player discards cards at the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded and puts it into their play area. All right, that comes into play with 1 threat. So we take this, shuffle it in, and discard until we get to a spell. We do not shuffle it back in this time, though, the discard pile. All right. Discard. Nope. Nope. There's a spell. Another Bubble Storm. Okay. Comes into play with 3 Invocation. This is over here. All right. It's our turn now. So. If we played a taunt now, that would be bad. Because. All right. So we're going to activate. Oh, he's at 3. Let's see. No. Well, then let's just do it. Let's just do it. So we're going to use our force field generator to play a taunt. And the villain is going to attack us. We're going to defend. We're going to remove a counter because we're making him activate. So he's going to attack for 1 plus 2 is 3. We take no damage, but taunt, we get to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to use a taunt and fertile ground to play fighting fit. We're going to do 5 damage to him. Bring him down to 0. Knock him to the next stage where he has 18 health. And he has a when revealed effect. Each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a spell and puts it into play. All right. So Fighting Fit is gone. Discard until we get to a spell, which is Pacification. Comes into play with 3. And after the last invocation counter is removed from Pacification, exhaust each upgrade you control, and you are stunned. Okay. Before I flip down, I think I'm just going to use Jocasta and Unflappable to play a Root Stomp to bring him from 18 down to 13. I'm going to flip down, put 2 growth counters on Groot, and we will ready up. And then draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, what do we have? We have Nowhere, I Am Groot, a Come Get Me Bub, a Fruition, Indomitable, and an I Am Groot. Alright. So we're not going to use those. Use our Fruition and probably an I Am Groot. Alright. So 2 goes on the main scheme because of our acceleration still. Ebony Maw is going to activate, remove, that just stays like that. Remove a invocation from each spell. And he's going to scheme for 2 plus nothing. Okay. And then our encounter card, which is a fireball spell. That comes into play with 4 invocation. So we kind of got a free turn there. So it's back to our turn. We're going to put 2 growth counters on Groot. We're going to flip up. Before we do anything, we're going to use these 2 resources to play an I Am Groot to deal damage to an enemy equal to the oh wait, no. Wait. Before we do that, I'm sorry. Because I have a Fruition. I'm going to use a Fruition first to put 2 more on Groot. There we go. That's better. Okay. Then we're going to use 2 resources to play I Am Groot to deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of growth counters on Groot, which is 6. Brings him from 13 down to 7. We have 1 card in hand. If we had 1 more, that would have been it. But what we can do is attack him for 2, bring him down to from 7 to 5, remove 2 growth counters, exhaust Lashing Vines, ready Groot. Then we can attack him again, bring him from 5 to 3. We'll use I Am Groot to play an Indomitable. Three, 4, 5. All right, and then we will ready up. Okay, we'll drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to get another encounter card this turn. Ooh, he's right there. All I have to do is survive this round. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Okay. What do we got? Kit, I Am Groot, Nick Fury, and Vine Shield. No attacks. But if we can just survive this turn. Alright. So 2 is going to go on the main scheme, so that's 3, 4, 5. So this is going to go up to 7. Ebony Maw is going to attack. Remove 1 from each spell. Bubble Storm is going to go off. We take 2 damage, removing 2 growth counters from Groot. He's going to attack. I'm going to defend. And response after my hero defends, discard Indomitable, ready my hero. So I'm going to ready Groot. So I am defending. So 2 plus 2 is 4. I take 1. And then our 2 encounter cards. One is Reactor Overload. We can take 2 damage or place 2 threat here. We're going to place 2 threat here. Bring that up to 5. The second one is... Darn. Black Order Infantry. Okay. Okay. We can't thwart off of the main scheme now because of reactor overload. Oh boy. I think I'm just going to play Nick Fury. I'm going to play Nick Fury. I'm going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. We have 1 growth counter. We have a taunt. So if we play the taunt, pacification will go off, then we'll be stunned. Let's see what I can do here. So if I thwart for 3 using entangled vines and removing our last growth counter, we can thwart for 3, bring this down to 2. Then Nick Fury is going to thwart for 2. Remove it. Or do I not? Hold on. Do I not do that? Let's see. Because I can't thwart off the main scheme, but I can thwart off side schemes. So if I get rid of landing craft, so if this is at 5, so if Nick Fury thwarts this, gets rid of this, won't have an acceleration, so it'll be at 8 next turn. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Okay. Okay. All right. Black Dwarf. Okay. So Black Dwarf is in play. Nick Fury has a consequential damage. We're gonna get stunned regardless. So if I do it now, if I play I Am Groot and play stun or play taunt, he's going to attack. This is going to go off. But I'm going to just take it. So he's going to initiate attack. I exhaust all upgrades I control and I am stunned. Okay. So I'm just going to take it. So 2 plus boost. Discard 1 card from at random from my hand. Okay. So 2. I take my last growth counter and I take 1 damage. All right. Then I draw 3 cards from taunt. Because how I read that is he gets the boost, I take the damage, then I draw the 3 cards. So I would have got rid of the energy. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. Okay. I am going to clear my stun. I'll use these 2 resources to do 5 damage because I'm still above my starting hit points to the Black Order infantry. Ebony Maw will get us a tough. And I have to stay up because if I flip down, he schemes, we lose automatically. So as long as my encounter card or a boost doesn't allow him to scheme, I should be all right. So I'm going to ready up, drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 goes on the main scheme. So this is at 9. Or, yeah, 8, sorry. 8. 1 comes off of Fireball. Or, sorry, this should be at 1. Yeah, that should be at 1. Ebony Maw is going to attack. I'm just going to take it. Or no. I'm going to have Nick Fury defend against Ebony Maw, and I'll just take it from Black Dwarf. All right. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Knocks out Nick Fury. Black Dwarf is going to attack. He's going to attack me for 3. I go from 11 down to 8. Our encounter card is our obligation. So I'm going to give it to the Groot player. Remove 3 growth counters from Groot. If no growth counters were removed this way, this card gains Surge. Discard this obligation. I'm going to choose to do that. I'm going to choose to Surge and hope. All right, it's Channeling Trance. Remove 1 invocation counter from each spell. Okay, so we do that. And we don't do the rest because we did that. So Fireball. After this last invocation is removed, Fireball, discard, deal 4 damage to your identity. So we take another 4. We go down from 8 to 4. We haven't even looked at our hand yet. So let's see what's in our hand. All right. He's at 3. He's at 3. Can we do it? So we have a Rocket, a Fighting Fit, a Strength, and I Am Groot, and a Taunt. We have no growth counters. He's at 3 and he has a Tough. So we have to clear the Tough. We can use our double to play Fighting Fit, but that'll only do 2 damage because we're way below our top. So we can Taunt. Should we risk it? Let's risk it. Let's risk it for the biscuit. All right. We're going to use I Am Groot to play Taunt. He's going to attack us. For 2 plus 2 is 4. We die. Oh boy. That was a good game. Now, if I did that, if I didn't do that, I couldn't do anything else. Because if I played Rocket, that's only 1 damage. The only thing I could do is really... Because I could thwart for 2. Yeah, so I could have attacked him for 2 with Fighting Fit using the double. And then dealt 0 damage for I Am Groot. If I had 1 more growth counter, it would have won. So, we got almost there. That Tough, if he didn't have that Tough, we would have won. But, hey, how this goes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below if you like any other characters or scenarios. And I hope you have a good day. Thank you.